As one visits Hurungwe Farm Prison, located about 250 kilometers from Harare, one is greeted by a well-cultivated 100 hectares of wheat ready for harvesting. The prison farm also houses cabbages and spinach vegetables ready for consumption. If one tour the farm, one may be tempted to think this is the work of a professional commercial farmer, but alas, this is the hard work of inmates jailed at Hurungwe Farm Prison. Addressing journalists at Hurungwe Farm Prison on Tuesday, after touring the colorful wheat project, Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Commissioner General Moses Chiwovu said, the ZPCS has cultivated 168 hectares of wheat across the country. That is enough to feed all prisoners in the country's jails.
Besides agricultural projects, what other projects is ZPCS working on in order to be self-sufficient?
As Zimbabwe Prison Correction, once more, we have got a lot of activities which takes place in the organization. We are looking at us rehabilitating the inmates, just like what we can see from there. We have to rehabilitate them. We are now a correctional institution. So we must make sure that all the inmates which pass through the prisons are rehabilitated. So the activities which we do apart from agriculture, we have got all sorts of activities. We can say, talk about carpentry, building, the tailoring, and also automobile mechanics. Those are some of the activities which we do as correctional institution.
And if I can take you back to agriculture, specifically here, I noticed or I heard that this is a 700 arable farm, and currently you are around 90 hectares. What are you doing to make sure that the other 600 plus is also put under irrigation, putting into consideration the climate change?
The correct information is this farm is 1,729 hectares, and the arable hectarage right now it's about 1,000, which means we have managed to put wheat under 90 hectares, and the other hectarage, because of constraints of irrigation equipment, we've got only one center pivot, which is being in use, and we have got also 76 hectares which are overhead, which needs repairs right now. So the moment we get support to resuscitate the irrigation facilities, then we can utilize the whole land. And also remember, we have got livestock, which is this farm, which is over that side. It is called cattle, which we also take care of. It's not only for growing crops only.
So for further questions, Zimbabwe is becoming one of the major producers of wheat. So as the organization, do you have a vision of having your own bakeries?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Really, we are in the process of finding partners to partner with, so that we can produce bread. However, as of last week, we managed to come up with these traditional bakeries, where we are now producing bread in most of the prisons. I can say in most of the provinces. talk of Matebele North, Binga and Anju, they are now producing bread. Kurubi maximum, they are also producing bread starting from yesterday.
And do you intend to go commercial with this bread, or it's just for consumption by the inmates?
If we manage to satisfy our inmates and officers, then we can go commercial. We are thinking of that. We can commercialize the bread making.
Overall, how many hectares did you put across the country of wheat?
Of wheat. Of wheat, I think 160. 160. Yeah, I'm told it's 168 hectares because we've got here Urungwe, Mutimurefu, Ridikita, Mazoe, Kadoma, and also what? Anju. Yeah, Anju.
Probably say last question is the organization in terms of food security. To what extent is the organization helping the achievement of NDS1 in terms of food production?
Food production.
Yes.
Food production, the fact that we are producing food for our inmates, which was supposed to be purchased by the government, we have also contributed to the bread basket of producing food. And also, you see that NDS1, the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, can play a major role if supported, if fully supported. You can contribute a lot to GDP.
And say, how are you supporting this farming initiative? The modalities, the funding modalities for this project?
The government is supporting us in other areas, and on the wheat production, we are also involved in this agriculture, command agriculture. But right now we are borrowing money from banks, AFC in particular, whereby after harvesting we would repay back their money. Then the remainder will be utilized by this organization.
Urungwe Prison Chief Farm Manager and Principal Correctional Officer Epson Masocha also took time to explain how they prepared and managed the project until it became a success.
Utilizing about 400 hectares, both irrigation and dry land, with the 95 hectares being irrigable, and we have got 70 hectares of sprinkler irrigation equipment that needs revamping. We only need a few things so that area can be utilized. As of last week, we had a team from the Department of Irrigation which did a survey and a feasibility study that shows that we can add the irrigable area by 346 to make it 441 hectares. Currently, as you can see, we have got 90 hectares of wheat that we outsourced a loan from AFC Bank. We expect to harvest not less than 4 tons per hectare because of problems that we encountered during the planting process. As I was saying, we are writing a book, and that book can only be found here. You cannot find it in any library. You cannot find it anywhere. We are not going to do different things from other farms. Mind you, we've got about 24 farms in the Zimbabwe Prison Correctional Service. We are only going to do these things differently. We expect by the end of that book, we will have all the records of production. We have the highest production of maize per hectare. We have the highest production of wheat per hectare. We have the highest production of money from horticulture per hectare. Supported by these gentlemen that are standing behind me, I can tell you that the sky is the limit.
Meanwhile, one of the inmates at Urungwe Prison, Winners Mukanga, emotionally told journalists how the project had impacted his life and equipped him with agricultural skills.
Winners Kangazi.
Winners. Kangazi.
Kangazi. Ngatitaurirewo muchidimbo kuti muri kudzidzei pano paurungwe prison maererano nekurima. Kubva ndichiuya pano ndichisvika pano ndakasvika munguva yekukwehwa kwechibage. Ndichisvika mukukwehwa kwechibage takashanda kusvika tipedze mukukohwa kwese kusvikira taendesa chibage chedu mudura. Tabva mukuendesa chibage chedu tichisvika musi wa6 June takaona matractor achipinda mumunda achitanga kunonorima pasi. Musi wa9 witi yakanotanga kuisiwa pasi ikabva yadyarwa witi. Takabva mukudyarwa kwowiti tikabva taisa fertilizer yedu muwiti. Pahekta pega pega paipinda 8 bags dzewiti. Takachengetedza witi iyoyi tichidzinga mombe dzainge dzichifamba dzaibva mumaruzevha dzichida kuparadza witi yedu. Takachengetedza tichigadzira waya tichitendororo zvakare nokudzinga shiri tiri pano paHungwe prison. Tikabva ipapo tikatanga kurima zvakare makabeji, tikarima zvakare matomatoes. Mabasa mazhinji atinodzidza emaoko atiri kuita tiri pano paHungwe. Ndatenda zvangu. Iwe uchibuda muno muri kutarisira kuzoshandisa maskills aya here. Kutarisira kuti mabasa aya andiri kudzidza ndinobva panzi. Kubuda guru rinouya musi wa20 April. Takapinda nemhosva yekuba. Ndakaita theft. Saka madzidzei ndozvandadzidza kuti kuba kwakaipa tofanira kurifomu.
Uye ubva wakapinda mujera ndisi zvawangoti wabasirika unoenda kwauvhina asingakwanisa kuwakudza izvo zvinhu zvingave zvi
ndo zvakafanana nezvatiri kuita pano pamabasa ese emaoko ndo zvandaziva zvakanyanyisa.
zvimesheni izvo zvakati
takwanisa kuzivawo kuti kuno gadheni rinobhadhara kudarika kuba. Kurima zvakare kunochengeta kuti tigone kurarama.